Hey everybody, it's G-Force41 here with another PGA Tour 2K23 quick tips design tip tutorial. I guess I don't know what to call quick tips. They're course reviews and design tips all in one. And what I do here is take courses from viewers or newer designers and review them, give them some quick tips and advice to make them better. These are probably more designers on the newer end of the spectrum. And quite often I started out doing 3 to 5 holes. Then I started doing a lot more. Try to keep these to 20 minutes. That's how they're quick tips. A full course review takes about 40 minutes. So, all right, we're on a repeat customer here. So I'm happy to say we are doing a review here of High Plains Drifter by cjsnertz 19. He's a viewer. Thank you for viewing my channel, and he was featured on Quick Tips 11. So he did a really good course. I believe it was very well planted. He just had to work on some execution. The sight lines needed some work. The greens were a little too slopey and too small, things like that. So he's taken my words of wisdom and put them into effect in his next course, which is a Utah desert theme course. So this is High Plains Drifter by CJ. So let's take a look, see if how he's done. I'm assuming because we planted very well. All right, so the VFT is not bad. You got a few bushes again. I think we had the bushes in play last time, right in front of you. Again, be careful. You don't really need too much of those bushes right there. Let's take a kind of quick spin around. You want a little bit of a clear shot. Is that really bad? No. I mean, it's not that bad, but you got those few bushes, especially that bigger one on the right. I tried to pull it up for you, but you know what? I'll just put a graphic in. Show off your work, show off the bunkers. You can see them. They're peeking at you here. But again, you've got 70 feet down. You should see these bunkers, okay? They're kind of in this, they're right in the middle of the fairway. Be careful with fairway bunkers. Let me get going and we'll talk about them because my inkling here is there's going to be more of these. There's a way to do these and a way not. And I don't think you really need them there. The overall slope of the land, well, it looks like the slope of the land's going way down that way, okay? But this fairway's kind of sloped the other way, right? It's kind of going that way. Put a graphic in there when it should kind of be going down the valley. So I would think the majority of this course kind of heads down that way. Unless there's something else I'm missing. I'm just looking around the rest of it. Okay. And again, being a PlayStation, I can't do the flyovers. So, show off the work. Interesting opening tee shot. Plenty of room. Let's see what kind of rough. That's got to be light rough there, I hope. Big band, the light rough. I'm all for that. Let's see. The green again. Still a little small. I like the shape. Again, just kind of the same things we saw last time. It's a little small. There's, that's kind of not pinnable, so there's only one little section here. If you got 4 pins, I think it's basically got to go 1, 2, 3 up here, right? Not sure about putting a rock right there by the bunker near the green. Sculpted okay. It looks smooth. It's a little bathtubby there. Okay, so you gotta just really work on making that bunker sculpting realistic. Sculpt in the bunkers and around the bunkers. I don't see too much sculpting around the bunker going on here. Okay, so again, you can watch my bunker video. It's about links bunkers, but it's all applicable. I'm gonna have to do the 133 here with this wind. So with the desert theme, again, you got to just be careful of the views, your sight lines, etc. I have one of these. I'm actually redoing my Blue Stream Valley Club. If I ever get around to finishing it, should be out soon. Because you're going to have bushes and probably some cacti and all that good stuff. And they might just get in the way a little. Oh, I like the brick wall back there. So I think CJ's got a good eye for the artistic end of this design concept. Again, it's just execution. You got some stuff off to the side, looks pretty cool. Downhill again. So now we're going downhill. Again, 60 feet. Another nice, unique green shape. I like that. That's a good idea. So this is a pretty good idea. Again, that's a big hill and a big cliff. Look at that. Wow. So usually I avoid courses where I could plummet to my untimely demise with an errant tee shot by falling backwards over a chip shot. But that is a drastic drop right there. Does it look cool for the game? It sure does. Is it realistic? No, but who cares? We're having fun, right? So again, balance, you know, do you want something realistic or do you want something looking pretty cool that's not realistic? That's up to you. That's pretty good shot. So it's a little challenging on these type courses. What do you do in the distance? Because it's very bare and barren. Should have had that one. So you got to liven up that kind of landscape a little. Put your own kind of hills and plateaus in and plant it a little. This is interesting. I like that view. I like that wall. So that's, to me, this is pretty good. This is showing off your work a little bit, right? Uphill, it's harder to do. It's hard to show, but you can see that bunker a little. Probably just not a whole lot of room up there. Again, I don't know why you need that bunker there. Why is it in the fairway? I would just move it off to the side and move everything else off to the side. You've got some tee boxes there from the last hole. So again, that's just planning, right? If that's the case, I wouldn't have that bunker there. But if you have enough room where you could have made, you know, you've got nothing on the left side. So you just could have shifted this hole over a little bit. Okay? But these are things you got to think about. I mean, it's simple planning on where your hole's going, how much space you have. You've got all the space in the world. You got more space than you need to design a course. My challenge is filling the empty space with stuff without running out of meter. And there's the bunker right there. Now, strategically, you're saying that's why he put it there. But, meh, you know, I don't know if that's really what you're going for. I mean, does it make it a fun and interesting hole? Meh, is what I'm saying. So bunker to bunker. You know, again, the concept is make it challenging, fun, and interesting, not necessarily make it hard. You know, in that hole, that's kind of the one spot you want to be, so you put a bunker there. Do certain designers do that? Mackenzie used to do that, sure. But give options, etc. Again, this is very narrow. It's kind of a narrows concept. Let's just hit this one, see what happens. Gonna put a little cut on it. So everything's very elevated, which is fine. As long as you link them together, it makes sense, right? So you had an uphill par 4. Now you're going back down the hill. Got a kind of waste area to go over. I like that kind of rock formation on the side. Gonna give it a little extra and a little bit of a cut because I'm in the light rough. And it's just gonna be off to the side a little. Simple chip. Could have holed that one. Not bad. Alright, so I like the BTs here. Got some good views off the tees. Got a healthy set of options on the tees. I think there are 5 different tees to choose from. So this one's truncated a little. Not bad. This reminds you know, you get a lot of these holes on kind of Scottish Links courses where there's serious narrows, but there's no fairway really going up here. There's just a little path. I think this would be cool if you put a little path in there where you could run it up. You really had to thread the needle. But obviously I'm not going to do that. We're going to go way downhill. So we're just going to throw this one out there. Little pitch in. So this is a decent sized green. So much better. So the good news is there's no trees really. When you're doing a desert course, there are a few. You can see he sprinkled a few in, and I've done the same thing. But it actually makes it harder because you got to fill the landscape with something. So you don't have to plant all those trees and do all the tree lines and all that stuff. But you got to fill it with something. So that's a bit of a challenge. So you see a lot of these kind of rock formations and hills when people design these courses, and that's what I've done. I've only done it once, and that took me forever when I did it originally. All right, so this is interesting. All right, so you got some options here. Downhill, I got the wind northeast and medium. There is no default wind, just for anybody who's really new to this game. Your designer does not get to pick a default wind. So when you pick default on the game setup, it's random. It's the same thing as random. I'm just going to 3-wood it. Again, you got to show off your work a little bit. Oh, am I not going to make it up the hill? My bad. Underestimated that one. So now it's a 5 and I got no prayer. So I've got to go over here. And I'm in heavy rough. And I'm not going to have much of a carry on this thing. Go 4 iron. What's it going to do over here? See if I can catch that corner, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do. Not even close. Should have just laid up in that little fairway there. So hoping to get a little lucky and get a bounce. So we're in a valley of sin here, so to speak. We're going to hit it normal. We got to go up a couple clubs. Nope, not going to make it. All right. So, thankfully, none of this is OB, which I don't like in the middle of a course, so please don't do that if you don't have to. Sometimes you do have to do that to save people from disaster. Stop there. Thank you. And this is, believe it or not, chip for par. So it will be a tap-in bogey on a disaster of a hole, and it reminds me of how I play real golf occasionally. Okay, 8. Again, wow, way downhill. 110 yards down the hill. Fairways, bunkers jutting out to the fairway. That's kind of okay. I don't know if I want to get into that just right now. Let me try to carry those. I'll take that shot right there. Again, up the hill, again, rocks by the green. You really don't want them there because there's balls just going to ricochet all over the place. I can see them here because it's preventing it going down the hill. That looks pretty. I'd say lower them a little, but again, I'm being picky. But I definitely wouldn't have them next to the green like this, especially in a kind of collection area like that. Okay. Those bushes off to the side are a little kind of too much. I'd have those a little lower, or I'd have grass there more than those bushes. Just looks a little repetitive. I don't want to say silly. It's too strong a word. All right. I was kind of hitting. I should have clubbed up, and I was like, well, might hit those rocks, and you can kind of see what I mean. All right, here we are, finishing the front 9, a par 5. Again, 33 down the hill. We got some room. It's going to ricochet a little bit off to the right. 615 yards. Wow. See what happens here. Oh, no. Just trickled into the rough. So we're going to lay up. 7. We'll see what happens. All right. Little bit of a test. A little bit of a wind. But I like that green location. Sitting up a little there, perched up. Nestled in that little corner. So I think CJ's finding good spots for his greens. Good hole locations. Just missed. Just missed. All right. We're on to the second 9. 10th hole. Wow, we really wrap around the water here. So this is almost Cape Hole-like. Can you get to that fairway? So there's some options here. If you can't get there, you'd lay up over here. All right. Kind of unique, but not bad. So we're going out that way. Too much. But I've got the angle in. So the greens have unique shapes. I like that. You know, they tend to be on the smallish side. Not quite as small, I think, as the last one I reviewed. There's nothing wrong with small greens. It just has to fit in with the course. And measure them. I don't know if CJ's measuring them, but, you know, make sure you measure. What I do, and we're on to 11. What I do is measure out 15 yards in each direction from where I basically put the green. And so that would make it 30 yards, which is 3 club lengths, which is fairly average. Now, I'm not saying you would make every green that size. I'm just saying that's a reference point, a frame of reference. Because if you think of most holes, I knew that was going to be too much. They're kind of 3 club kind of lengths, right? It's maybe a 9 to the front and 8 to the middle and a 7 to the back, right? Do they have to be this size? No, I'm just saying it's a fairly average size green. So anything less than that is you're tending to the small. Anything over that, you're getting towards the larger end of the spectrum. You could have huge greens, small greens. Right? Pebble Beach has small greens. Donald Ross courses have small greens, some of them. Just depends. Just be cognizant of what you're doing. Oh, speaking of which, we're back to the 3 tiers. A little too much, I think. I think that's way too severe. That's big. I mean, that's 60 feet. It's 2 feet down. And then 56, 58, 60, right? So that's a 4-foot difference from one end of the green to the other. That's a bunch. Okay. So I get the concept. You can do this a little bit more subtly. It's almost like, you know, you've kind of got an L-shaped green with 3 tiers. It's almost like a double plateau in essence. You can do something like that. Would be a little bit more interesting, but playable. I don't think there's anything wrong with you're going to run to a hole location that's not accessible. So I missed, and you're probably going for the backboard effect, right? If you catch that hill, you're going to bring it down in. So some folks like that. Just a little more subtle. Get in. Oh! Just missed. All right. Off to 14, and I hear waterfalls. There they are. Yeah, so you got to get the water level down, right? There's only one way to do it, really. Put in some waterfalls and such. What do you got going over here? Some more waterfalls. Okay. This one's relatively flat compared to most of this course, and it's gonna still trickle into light rough. Have I been in the fairway more than twice? I don't even think so. Have I been in once? And there you got a little bit of lag, so that wasn't the video, folks. That was lag. So that happens with the waterfall sometimes. You got to be careful of that. Pretty scene up here. It's a little bit of a tough spot. It's a little too small, a little too sloped if you ask me, but not the end of the world. The light rough 1-8-19, but I've got, oh boy, I'm in between clubs here. I think I got to go to the pitch. 126. That was almost it. I had to put a little bit of spin, maybe. All right, 15. We're back to a 100-yard drop again. Whoa, way down the hill. So with that, even though we've got a little bit of wind, I think I should be able to cut that corner. Yeah, just barely. All right, so a little concave in the back. The green's okay. Again, just very dramatic drops. Oh, I like the road over there. Look at that. Very dedicated to take the time to do all that. It is a pain, you know where. So, a nice touch if you can do it. All right, par 3. Now, believe it or not, this is 14 yards down. Again, just a little small for something this size. You know, that section isn't too bad. It's just a little steep. So, got 8 behind me. And, oh, that felt awful as soon as I took it back. Hopefully the road is going to help me here. There we go. Maybe the rock will help too. There we go. All right. So I got a little lucky there. And that should trickle right next to the hole. For your routine up and down par. That's why I like desert courses. So I really like how the course looks off the tees here and behind the BTs, the sides, and etc. Again, you know, you just got to work a little bit on these views off the tee, right? Because it's hard to see where you're going, where you're hitting. That rock there is blocking everything, right? So again, look at some really good courses by expert designers. I don't know if I mentioned it last video. Matt F. 27 is marvelous at this. He paints a perfect picture off tee every time. Obviously, Arctic Fury does as well. I'm not saying you need to be as elaborate as he is, but just think of painting that picture. Certainly, you know, B101, Ben knows how to do it very well. Mayday, Victory Lane Sports, you know, any of these guys that have been around a long time are certainly fabulous at it. With some newer designers out there, Metatropic, DR Golf Design, they're doing some wonderful things, okay? So look at their courses. Architect Maze, my gosh. I know I'm missing a whole bunch of folks, but just, you know, take a look at those courses and look at the views off the tee and how they display the hole and show off their work. Is there opportunity to have some obscured views and things like this? Like this I like. I think this looks pretty kind of cool. You just don't want to do this every hole. Again, you can't see the bunkers. You know, maybe that bunker there, you might want to be able to see it. One of the other things I do, if I do have a bunker that's kind of hidden, I put an aiming object behind it, like a tree. It doesn't have to be right behind it, but you can have a tree off in the distance behind it. So I said, all right, there's a bunker, and I know it's there because the tree, and I would put the tree beyond the cart path in between those other sets of trees. So you clearly could see where that line is. Is it a big deal? No. Come on, rock. There we go. Excellent use of rock. So me and my caddy drew it up. Ooh, boy. See, again, this is a tough one. So you want this shot in. You know, with your par fives, you kind of want the person to have a fun shot in for the second, usually. This is a little tough. There's no way to stop that there, right? And you've got that hill right there. That's a little much. That's probably a tougher location, but, you know, again, there's not much green here to work with. The green is going that way. And I assume you could probably run one up this way. But again, I'd have the whole slope going the other way. So if you look at, you know, B101 does a lot of holes like this. Everything's going to go opposite. You're going to have the hill going this way. I'm pointing with my hand, so I'll try to put a graphic in. Again, make your greens look natural video. You want everything moving to the water. This is kind of going the opposite way, right? So the high land should be up by the clubhouse coming down. There should be a hill that you can run it off of, and I'd have this green going a little bit more diagonally than kind of perpendicular, okay? That would make it fun. But I know Ben does a lot of holes like that where it's kind of use the ground and the ground game to bring the ball into the green or close to the hole. Look at Old Wickham Heath. I think we're going to feature that in Casuals Golf Club as a CGC classic. Can he end on the bird? Yes, he can. So all in, cjsnertz High Plains Drifter is quite a fun course. Good job, young man. Again, I think I have the same feedback. So sorry it's not anything enlightening to you, but a lot of the same stuff. Just be careful of your views. Show off your work. Some of your slopes and things like that are, I think, maybe not going in the direction one might expect. Some of the greens are a little tight. Some of the slopes on those greens a little too much tearing. But all in, these are fun and very playable courses. And it looks great. The planting, your feel for that is excellent. So great job. This was Quick Tips 13. Stay tuned for more. Please give me your comments below. As always, please like and subscribe. That is greatly appreciated. And let me know what you want to see. We'll be back with more. Is it casuals worthy? Course reviews and some course design tips pretty darn soon. That's all for now. See you soon.